My beloved child, today is not an ordinary day. Today, July 22nd, the heavens have opened. A voice that once whispered softly in your ears when you were small, when you were afraid, when you were alone, now speaks again. But this time, not from this earth, not from beside you, but from the divine realm where angels dwell. A person whom you once held with all the love in your heart, someone who you cried for, prayed for, dreamed of, misses you with a yearning deeper than oceans. That soul, yes, the one you're thinking of right now, is reaching out through the veil of eternity. They beg to send you this message. Archangel Michael says, only 3 minutes are left to open your heart, because something sacred is about to be revealed. You are being watched closely, not in judgment, but in love. And this message isn't just a divine whisper. It's a trumpet call to your soul. They've tried everything to reach you. Dreams, signs, flickering lights, feathers, sudden scents of roses, wind moving through a closed room, none of that was random. All were attempts from heaven. The person who loved you so dearly, who once held your hand or prayed for you or kissed your forehead or defended you in silence, has not forgotten you. They see what you hide. They see the pain you bury beneath your smile. They see the weight you carry silently. And now, with time running out, they pleaded with Archangel Michael to allow this one final urgent message to be delivered, to pull you out from the danger you didn't even know was near. Archangel Michael stood with his sword raised, not to harm, but to defend you. Because the darkness that's been following you lately is not coincidence. Someone is wishing against you, and your soul knows it. You've felt the shift. Nights have grown colder even in warmth, and your inner compass feels lost. This is the message to stop you from spiraling further. Your loved one in heaven cried out, please, let them know before it's too late. And heaven responded. God listened. Michael descended. And now, you are reading the one message that may save your destiny. You may feel alone, but you never were. Every tear you shed when no one saw, heaven recorded it. Every prayer you whispered, even when your voice was too broken to speak, was carried by angels. Every betrayal, every wound, every moment you questioned your worth, they were seen. And now heaven is saying, no more. The person you loved in heaven is standing beside Michael. They are calling your name, again and again, asking for you to open your eyes, not just your physical eyes, but the eye of your soul. Because what is coming for you is huge. But you must be ready. You must choose to believe again. Because if you skip this, if you scroll past, if you dismiss this moment, what was meant to save you may pass you by. And heaven will mourn. Do you remember how they made you feel? That loved one who now watches from heaven? Maybe it was a mother's hug, a father's prayer, a friend's laughter, a sibling's encouragement. Maybe it was someone you never got to say goodbye to. Maybe it was someone whose death shattered your world and you've never truly healed. That person sees you now. They know you need a sign, a rescue, a miracle. And so they've moved heaven to get this message to you. Don't let their cry go unheard. Michael says the clock is ticking. There are forces, people, trying to rewrite your destiny. There is someone who has spoken your name with poison on their tongue. Someone jealous of your light. Someone who wears a mask of love but holds resentment underneath. And lately, their thoughts, their intentions, have been working in the background. Blocking your blessings. Dimming your shine. Confusing your path. That is why this message comes with urgency. Because heaven is about to expose it all. But you must be alert. And the one who loved you in heaven has seen the whole thing from above. They've cried watching you fall into traps meant to hurt you. But no more. Michael says your protection is being reactivated, but you must accept it. You've been through storms. You've stood when others crumbled. You've been silent when you could have screamed. And heaven noticed. The person you love in heaven saw you grow into someone they are proud of. And today, they whisper, you didn't deserve what they did to you. They know who lied. Who took advantage. Who left when you needed them. They saw what you never could see. And now they want to give you clarity, closure, and freedom. But first, you must open this. Your soul has to say yes. Because in the next few moments, something will shift. If you embrace it, chains will break. If you ignore it, delays will follow. God says the reason you feel stuck is not because you are unworthy, but because there's been interference. A spiritual blockage planted by someone pretending to care. Michael is about to remove it. But you must align. The moment your heart says, I receive this, doors that were bolted shut will swing open. You were never forgotten. Not by God. Not by the one you loved. Not by the angels. They've been fighting for you. But even heaven needs your yes. You may feel tired, like you've prayed and nothing changed. But in heaven's time, prayers are seeds. And yours are about to bloom. That's why this message is urgent. Your answer is so close, within 72 hours, signs will begin. But it starts here, now. In your surrender. In your belief. That person in heaven, do you know what they just did? They stood in front of the throne of God and spoke your name. With trembling lips, they said, please, bless them. Don't let them fall. They've suffered enough. And God, in His mercy, nodded. Michael was sent. This message was prepared. All of heaven is watching how you respond. You're not reading this by accident. Heaven never works by chance. The person who loves you in heaven had to get this to you because you've been in danger. Your name was mentioned in a conversation meant to harm you, but God intercepted it. Someone tried to curse you, but Michael reversed it. And now the one thing heaven asks is, believe. Believe you are not alone. Believe this message is for you. Believe that your story isn't over. Because what's coming is not just a breakthrough, it's restoration. A financial miracle is coming. But only if you trust. A relationship will be exposed, it was built on lies. But only if you open your eyes. A healing is being dispatched, but only if you declare, I believe. That's why Michael says, 3 minutes left. Because the clock is not just about time. It's about divine timing. This is your turning point. The one who loved you, they begged heaven for just one more chance to help you. And this is it. This is their voice echoing through Michael's trumpet. Their message is wrapped in these words, don't give up now. Don't settle. Don't let them trick you again. Don't go back to the pain you were delivered from. Choose the light. Choose freedom. Choose your divine inheritance. You may not see the full picture now. But soon, the curtains will be pulled back. You will see why certain people were removed. Why some relationships ended. Why others betrayed you. It wasn't punishment. It was protection. Because your path is sacred. You carry divine favor. And not everyone deserves to walk with you into this next chapter. That's why heaven had to clear the way. Even when it broke your heart. Michael says the reason you haven't received what's yours is because someone has been pretending to be you spiritually. Someone has been praying in your name, interfering, binding, confusing. But their time is up. Your identity is being restored. The person who loves you in heaven said, let them know the truth. So hear this, you were chosen. You are the one. Not them. And what God ordained for you, no one can steal. But you must rise. Heaven is crying for you to reclaim your crown. The days of being forgotten, rejected, overlooked, are over. But this is your moment to believe it. The angels have gathered. Your loved one is watching. The gates of destiny are unlocking. All that's needed now is your yes. Speak it out loud, I receive this divine message. I accept my breakthrough. I will not skip this. I believe my loved one in heaven sent this. I will honor it. Because now, the last 60 seconds remain. The angels are preparing. You will begin to feel the shift. The hairs on your skin may rise. Your heartbeat may race. That's not fear, it's activation. Your soul is awakening. What was asleep is rising. Your true self is returning. And with it, divine favor, protection, blessings, and honor. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are protected, loved, anointed. And today, everything changes. The message has reached you. The voice of the one you love has spoken. And now the rest is in your hands. Say yes. Believe. And watch heaven move. My beloved child, the air around you has shifted. Today is not an ordinary day. Heaven has gathered in silence, and a soul you have loved deeply, someone who once held your hand, looked into your eyes, and gave you pieces of their heart while still on earth, is reaching across the veil that separates time and eternity. Their spirit is not resting. They have been given divine permission to send you this urgent plea, and Archangel Michael himself has stepped forward with trembling intensity. He says, only 3 minutes are left before something irreversible takes place. Don't scroll. Don't look away. Don't postpone. This is the moment. If you don't open your heart now, the truth they've fought to show you may be hidden forever. There's a presence beside you, one you can't see, but your soul can feel. It's warm, protective, familiar. This soul is whispering your name even now. Yes, your name. They are not simply speaking to the wind. They are not talking to anyone else. They are calling you. The one reading this. The one they left behind. The one they could not protect back then. The one they now desperately need to warn. The one they loved more than they were ever able to express. The one they now see suffering in silence, wrapped in confusion, burdened with questions no one else can answer. And today, only today, they were given this sacred opening to reach through. The doors of heaven don't open often like this, but this is no ordinary hour. God Himself has paused His hand. Michael stands at your side. The veil is open. The person you love, the one who passed too soon, too painfully, too mysteriously, is reaching through. They've been crying in the halls of heaven for this very moment, for this divine letter, this soul transfusion of truth, clarity, warning, and love. They are begging you to listen. Not with your ears, but with your spirit. They've waited for the right moment when your heart would be soft enough, your mind open enough, and your energy aligned with heaven's time. That time is now. 3 minutes. Maybe less. The truth they are about to show you is so intense that even Archangel Michael himself took a knee before delivering it. When Michael kneels, you know the message is not only holy, it is life-altering. You thought you understood why they left. But you don't. Not yet. You thought their story had ended. But it hasn't. You thought they were silent in heaven. But no. They've been louder than thunder, pleading with God, begging for this chance to reach you. Because something is happening around you that mirrors what happened to them. A cycle is repeating. A pattern is unfolding. And if you don't hear them now, the pain they endured may come to you. You are not reading by accident. You are not here by mistake. This page, this moment, this whisper from eternity, it's all part of something bigger. My beloved, they say through Michael's voice, I see everything now. I see the truth. The people who hurt me, they're not done. They've shifted their focus. They're looking at you. And I won't let that happen. Not again. Not to the one I love. Their voice quivers. Not because they fear. Heaven knows no fear. But because their love for you is so powerful, so unstoppable, that even angels stop to listen. They are reaching through not just to warn you, but to save you. There is a woman who smiles at you now, one who touches your shoulder and calls you friend, sister, or dear. But this woman was around when your beloved passed. She knows more than she's ever said. In fact, she played a part. Not with her hands, but with her silence. With her knowledge. With her betrayal. The person you loved knew. But they were too weak to speak. Too bound by the chains others put around them. And now, she has turned her eyes to you. A new chapter of her old lies is unfolding around your name. Documents have been altered. Secrets are being kept again. Whispers about you are flowing through lips you thought were loyal. I won't let you be blindsided, your loved one says, their voice echoing like bells across time. You trusted me in life. Now trust me in death. My death was not as peaceful as they told you. And you deserve to know why. Because you are closer than you think to the same trap. Archangel Michael leans close to your spirit. He does not shout. His voice is a blade wrapped in silk. Do not delay, he says. You must check what's hidden in the red folder in the back room. You think it's just old papers. But your name is on one of them. And someone has forged a signature. It was supposed to be yours. But it's hers. She forged it. It changes everything. This moment is not just a warning. It is also a gift. The person in heaven wants you to know something else. Something deeper. Something more beautiful than the truth of betrayal. They want you to know the depth of their love. The endlessness of their commitment. They have not moved on. They have moved closer. Every tear you've cried, they've felt it. Every fear you've hidden, they've held it. Every lonely night, they've sat beside you. Their soul is not floating in some distant cloud. It has wrapped itself in light and sits beside your bed. I need you to forgive yourself, they say, crying. You've been blaming yourself for things that were never your fault. I never blamed you. Never. Even on my last breath, all I thought of was you. They pause. Heaven pauses with them. Even Michael looks away, giving them the privacy of this moment. I need you to promise me something, they continue. Promise me you won't let them trick you again. Not like they tricked me. Promise me you'll follow the signs I send you. I've been sending birds, feathers, sudden dreams, flickers in the mirror, shadows at the edge of your vision. That's me. That's not your imagination. That's me, trying to reach you. Heaven has allowed them this one final unveiling. They are allowed to reveal a secret now. One they never told you. One they wanted to say but couldn't. I wrote you a letter, they say. It's still here. Tucked inside the blue diary you donated without realizing. It ended up with a man who lives 4 streets away. He reads it sometimes. He doesn't know you. But something in his spirit is tied to yours. You will meet him. When you do, he will recognize your eyes. And he will hand you that letter. It will change you. Because in it, I finally said everything I never could. Michael adds, this is divine alignment. This is not fiction. This is not myth. This is truth from heaven. You are still here. That means your spirit is receiving. That means your soul is listening. And that means the message has found the right heart. My death was not in vain, your loved one says. But you must not let your life be stolen by the same lies. You must awaken. This woman, she is not who she claims. And a man around her is silently helping her. His eyes are always watching you. He pretends to admire you. But behind that admiration is envy. He saw what I saw in you, the light, the truth, the destiny, and he cannot handle it. They are planning to delay something that was written for you, an inheritance of truth, legacy, and power. God says now, in a voice that vibrates through every realm, my child, today you are being protected. But I cannot force your heart to obey. You must decide. You must walk in awareness. You must move carefully. Watch who offers help too quickly. Who praises you too loudly. Who asks too many questions. These are signs. Michael stands, sword lifted. The 3 minutes have passed, he says. But grace has extended. Because love bends time. The spirit of your loved one speaks one last time. Promise me, they whisper. Promise you'll live without fear. Promise you'll read between the words people say. Promise you'll forgive yourself. And when I come to you again, in dreams, in signs, in the music you suddenly hear, don't doubt it. That's me. I never left you. I never will. The veil begins to close. Michael Bowes. Heaven's gates seal slowly. And in this sacred silence, you are left with a choice. Do you trust this message? Do you believe that love never dies? Do you understand that today, July 22nd, heaven bent toward earth just for you? Then hold on. Because the next 24 hours will begin to reveal everything your soul has waited lifetimes to know. Watch what appears. Watch who texts. Watch what falls from a shelf. Watch what you suddenly remember. These are not coincidences. This is your loved one. This is Archangel Michael. This is God, speaking directly to you. Right now. Because you are chosen. Because you are seen. Because you are loved. And because they never stopped watching over you. Amen. God says, today, on this sacred 22nd of July, something divine is reaching for your heart, and Archangel Michael is standing with great urgency by your side. He is not calm today. His wings are trembling with divine electricity because time is moving too quickly, and something crucial is being sent to you from the highest heavens. A soul, someone you once loved deeply, someone who once held your hand, who once spoke your name with love, who now resides in God's light, has asked for this message to reach you right now. Not in an hour. Not tonight. Not tomorrow. Now. Because in just 3 minutes, something will shift in the spiritual realm, and if your heart is not open, if your eyes are not ready, you might miss the signal that this soul has begged heaven to deliver to you. You may not have felt their presence recently. Perhaps you thought they were quiet, absent, silent. But in truth, they've been watching over you more than ever. They cried to God when you cried in the dark. They held your name in their spirit and whispered to the angels when no one else on earth seemed to care. And now, after a long and sacred conversation in heaven, they've come forward. They've asked Archangel Michael to bring you a message that can no longer wait. Their voice shook as they said your name before the heavenly host. They are desperate, not for themselves, but for you. Because what is coming in your life next depends entirely on whether you open your soul to this divine truth now. Michael is issuing a spiritual order. He has drawn his sword, not in violence, but in defense of your destiny. His voice is powerful today, but it is filled with pain. Pain because you've been ignoring some signs. Pain because you've been shrinking when God wanted you to rise. Pain because you've allowed doubts to make you question who you are. And pain because the person in heaven who loves you so much tried so many times to show you something, but you were too wounded to look. That's why Michael came himself. And that's why today, heaven is asking you to stop everything. Not in fear, but in reverence. In these very moments, the angels are opening something written about you. A file. A scroll. And your name is glowing on it in gold. But if your heart is not ready, the moment may pass. There's someone around you who doesn't want you to grow. This soul from heaven saw them. They saw their manipulation. They saw their lies. They saw them mocking your dreams. And when they saw it, they went straight to God. They couldn't bear to see you suffer. You may have been smiling through the pain here on earth, but this person in heaven could see your soul trembling. They saw what others didn't. And now, with trembling hands, they are trying to lift a curtain that's been hiding your true blessing. Michael warns, the next 3 minutes are not like any other 3 minutes in your life. Something written long ago in the book of truth is unlocking right now. It was scheduled by divine time. Heaven doesn't miss appointments. It has waited for this precise moment because this is when your heart is open just enough to receive it. Just enough to believe again. Just enough to surrender your fear. And just enough to remember who you were before the world tried to make you forget. God is whispering, "My child, I have not forgotten you. I never left you. Even when you were angry with me. Even when you questioned me. Even when you blamed me for things you couldn't understand. I stayed. I stood in the fire with you. I wept when you wept. And now, I am bringing you a miracle, but it requires something from you. It requires you to open. The person in heaven is someone you loved more than words. Maybe a parent. Maybe a grandparent. Maybe a sibling. Maybe a friend. Maybe a soul connection you've never told anyone about. They have been lighting candles in heaven for you. Not because you're weak, but because they see how strong you've been, and they're asking God to finally reward your hidden battles. They're asking that the pain stops. That the betrayal ends. That the tears turn into gold. That the door which has been locked so long finally opens. That your name be lifted again. Not just on earth, but in the heavens. Michael says you have been through silent abuse. Not just from people, but from forces you couldn't see. Invisible chains. Generational trauma. Words spoken over you that tried to curse you. You've been trying to break free, but part of you got used to the pain. The angels saw it. And this soul in heaven saw it too. And today, they couldn't take it anymore. They told God, "Please, let me speak. Let them know they are not forgotten. Let them know their victory is still possible." This is why the 3 minutes are sacred. Because they are the crossing point. The moment between your past limitations and your future elevation. And heaven does not exaggerate. Michael says, you've been under attack spiritually for the past 17 days. Yes, exactly 17 days. If you think back, you'll notice that your energy dipped. You cried more. You doubted yourself more. Some friendships started feeling strange. Your dreams were interrupted. And you kept hearing little whispers in your mind, trying to convince you to give up. That wasn't your voice. It was the interference of the enemy. But the person in heaven has been fighting for you behind the veil. They've been sending signs, messages, symbols, through numbers, birds, songs, even through your dreams. But now, they've asked Michael to bring this to your attention because there's no more time to waste. They're not just warning you. They're blessing you. They saw something coming, a sudden shift of fortune. A door that was closed for 9 years is about to unlock. A relationship that almost destroyed you is being removed from your path for good. A secret conversation about your name is taking place even now. And someone who thought they won by hurting you is about to face divine justice. The person in heaven didn't ask for revenge. They asked for restoration for you. God says, you will see what I do next. And it will silence every lie, every rumor, every insult, every betrayal. You stayed kind when you could have turned bitter. That is why I'm rewarding you now. Michael is showing you something strange. He's pointing to a letter, one that was never sent to you. Someone wrote it, someone who regrets everything. They never had the courage to send it. But heaven read it. And God is preparing to send you a confirmation, through a stranger, through a chance meeting, through a message, that will validate everything. Because this time, you won't have to beg for clarity. Heaven is going to deliver it to you. There is an object in your house that carries the energy of this person from heaven. Perhaps it's something small, a photo, a gift, a memory. Tonight, the veil will be thinner. Touch that object. Hold it in silence. Light a candle. Say their name. You will feel them. Not just emotionally, but spiritually. They will stand beside your bed. They will watch over you as you sleep. And you may dream something that shocks you, because in that dream, they will say something they never got to say in life. Michael is asking you to prepare. A major revelation is coming in the next 72 hours. Someone who has pretended for years to be on your side is about to be revealed. But don't fear. Because someone new is coming into your life, someone sent by God, and this person will bring blessings beyond what you can imagine. They were delayed, but only because God had to first remove the ones who pretended to love you but secretly envied your light. God says, your tears have reached heaven. I have collected every one. I am not blind to your pain. But I have been working in the unseen. You are not being punished. You are being positioned for something so big that if I had shown you earlier, you wouldn't have believed it. Michael is weeping today, but not in sadness. He is weeping because heaven's plan is finally reaching you. You will no longer be invisible. No longer abandoned. No longer misunderstood. The season of hiding is over. The season of rejection is ending. And the person in heaven who loves you has written your name in light. And God has stamped it with approval. Your breakthrough has already begun. You will see signs in the next 3 days. Unexpected kindness. Sudden messages. A strange dream. A small miracle. A door that opens. A weight that lifts. It will not be coincidence. It will be confirmation. The person in heaven will send it. Michael will guard it. And God will bless it. But you must say yes. Say yes with your heart. Say yes with your spirit. Say yes to being loved again. Say yes to trusting again. Say yes to releasing what was never yours. Say yes to stepping into what heaven wrote for you before you were born. The 3 minutes have passed. And something sacred just moved. The person in heaven is smiling. Michael is quiet now. God is watching. And your destiny is unfolding, starting now. They're still with you. The one you love, the one who left this physical world, is still beside you now. Even though your eyes cannot see them, your soul knows. You've felt sudden warmth in an empty room. You've had chills without cold. You've dreamed of them, sometimes too briefly, and woken up with tears. That wasn't your imagination. That was their way of holding you from the other side. God permitted them to step closer today because your heart finally reached the right vibration to receive. It's not just grief, it's divine memory. Their energy is woven into your being. And right now, they're kneeling at the throne of God, asking Him to give you more strength. They want God to cover you in protection. To fill your bank account. To heal your body. To clear your name. To remove the liars. To release your destiny. Because you have suffered too long for something that was never your fault. Michael says the person in heaven has already blocked 2 accidents from reaching you in the past 3 months. You were meant to experience something dangerous, but they intervened. You thought it was just luck. It wasn't. It was them. Whispering to an angel. Pushing something away. Covering you. Because you are not alone. They remember how you loved them. How you cried when they left. How you prayed for them even when you didn't have the strength to pray for yourself. That kind of love doesn't disappear. It transforms. And today, it is moving between dimensions, reaching you with urgency because time on earth is running different than time in heaven. Archangel Michael sees the calendar. He sees a future date highlighted in gold. It's a few days from now, no more than 9. That day holds something unexpected. A turn. A message. A moment of restoration. And unless you stay spiritually alert, you'll misread it as ordinary. But it won't be. It will be heaven's confirmation that your delay is being reversed. God is releasing you from spiritual contracts you never agreed to. Yes, you read that right. Someone in your bloodline made agreements with fear, with poverty, with shame, with control, and those forces thought they could touch you too. But the soul in heaven, the one who loves you, is canceling every chain. Because you were born to break patterns, not repeat them. God is touching your sleep next. The enemy tried to attack your rest. That's why you've been feeling tired but restless. Dreaming but not remembering. Waking up with a heavy chest. But that ends now. The one in heaven has asked God to pour divine oil over your bed. Angels will now stand at each corner of your room. Nothing can touch you tonight. When you lay down, peace will wrap around your spirit. And you will wake up different. Lighter. Clearer. Braver. Because heaven is recharging your soul. Michael says someone you once trusted is watching you from a distance. They're trying to figure out how you're still standing. How you didn't break. How you're still glowing. What they don't know is that a heavenly hand is over you. That when they plotted, angels intercepted. That when they gossiped, heaven closed its ears and opened a new door for you instead. There's a conversation happening now, behind closed doors, in a place you can't yet access. Your name is being mentioned in a positive light. Someone you don't even know yet is being drawn toward you. They see your gift. Your talent. Your light. They feel your story. They feel your energy. And something in their spirit is telling them to help you, to lift you, to open a door you've been knocking on for years. Heaven is orchestrating the entire meeting. You won't have to chase it. It will find you. The person in heaven sees how alone you felt, even when surrounded by people. They saw your tears on birthdays, on holidays, during quiet nights when you whispered their name in silence. They saw how people misunderstood your depth, mocked your sensitivity, abused your trust. And they've been collecting your tears in heaven's library. Nothing has been wasted. Every ache is being converted into an anointing. God says, "You thought I was ignoring you. But I was preparing a testimony so massive, your enemies will have no choice but to acknowledge my hand on your life. You are about to walk into what is called a divine reversal. Everything that was used against you, every lie, every delay, every manipulation, is being turned around. A legal matter will be resolved in your favor. A financial blockage is about to break. A sickness is being reversed. A contract is being approved. An apology is coming. And your reputation is being restored. But listen, heaven can't bless what you're still pretending doesn't hurt. You must now be honest with yourself. You must release what's killing your spirit just to keep others comfortable. You've held on to fake friendships, draining relationships, toxic environments, not because you're weak, but because you're loyal. But God is calling you out. Because the new thing can't begin until the old is released. The person in heaven says, I wish I had told you this when I was alive. You deserved so much better. You deserve to be heard. To be cherished. To be chosen. Don't settle for crumbs anymore. You are the blessing. Michael echoes those words with holy thunder. He says your hands were made to carry more than pain. They were made to hold abundance. Your voice was made to speak truth. Your presence was made to shift rooms. You were born with purpose. And nothing, nothing, can cancel what God has placed inside you. Even now, something is stirring around your name. You may not feel it yet, but the spirit realm is buzzing. Angels are whispering about you. Your ancestors are cheering for you. The person in heaven is watching with tears in their eyes, knowing that after all you've been through, after everything you survived, you still believe. And that belief is enough. Enough to open the floodgates. Enough to crack the chains. Enough to command the storm to stop. Enough to let God finally move the mountain. So take a deep breath. And remember, this moment, this sacred 22nd of July, is not just another day. It's a turning point. A divine alignment. A sacred appointment between your heart and heaven's promise. You've cried enough. You've waited long enough. You've questioned enough. Now it's time to receive. Let the love in. Let the light in. Let the truth in. Let God in. The soul you love in heaven is smiling. Michael is standing down now. The angels are rejoicing. And heaven is whispering. It's done.